Hey you guys, welcome to another YouTube reformer workout. Today I have an all jump flow for you. Okay, so that jump board needs to be up and ready to go. It is going to be up the entire time. Okay, I know you've been requesting more jump sequences or more jump workouts, so that's what I have planned for you today. Now today we're going to be really focusing on core control with longer levers. Okay, so think long arms, long legs. Okay, and the core control that we're gonna need to be able to hold up those long arms and long legs. Okay, so lots of core control, lots of stability through the pelvis. I will speak to that as we work, like I always do, so listen for those cues. Okay, now coordination is gonna also be a big part of today's class, so try not to get frustrated. Okay, always the first few out of the gate are a little like, ugh, what's going on? Okay, but I want you to give yourself time for that neuromuscular connection, and I promise you it will work out. Okay, so we'll breathe together, we'll coordinate together, and it'll all work out just great. Okay, now we are going to be jumping on our back and on our side. Now when we jump on our side, I like to give the option of a prop to put underneath the head for comfort. I will not be using a prop, but I wanted to show you some examples. So I like to recommend a yoga block first. When we lay on our side, you just place that on top of the headrest and it closes the space between the ear and the shoulder. So it's just really providing comfort. Okay, a Pilates ball can also do the same thing. You just place it on the headrest and your ear goes on top of the ball. Now, I'm gonna put mine aside, I'm not gonna use them. If you wanna have them by the side of your reformer, so when we get to that part of class, you can put them on your headrest if need be, do that, okay? It's good to have options. I always like to say that. All right, so those out of the way. Now, if you decide not to use a prop when we side lie, I'm gonna just lift up my headrest. The headrest is gonna put us in better alignment through the spine, okay? So I'll speak to that once we get there. Jump board up, locked, ready to go. Make sure it is tight. It's gonna stay there the whole time. One light spring, so that is one blue spring on my balanced body reformer. That's all you're gonna need. We're not gonna touch it, okay? Your straps we won't use at all, and your headrest can be up or down to start. We are gonna start on our back, so whatever gives you better alignment through the spine, okay? Let's do it. All right, come on. Lay down on your back, okay, on your reformer. Head is going on that headrest, shoulders up against the shoulder blocks, but I want you to give yourself a little bit of breathing room between the shoulder and the block because we are gonna be adding in an ab curl, and once we get there, it'll be a little more comfortable if you have some space. Now, we're gonna take both feet hip width apart, just like we're standing up on the ground. My feet are about 4 inches apart, toes shining up parallel. We're gonna press out to 2 straight legs. Now, to get set up, today I'm gonna give you a little bit more of a stability challenge. So instead of having our arms long by our side on the reformer carriage, I'm gonna have you bend your elbows. Okay, so bend those elbows, triceps are connected, your palms are facing in, thumbs are facing me. Okay, now from here, we're gonna start with just a full range of motion jump. On your exhale, you're gonna soften both knees, keep your heel connected to that jump board. That's the challenge, right? And then inhale as you leave rolling through the ball of the foot. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about form through this early part of this jump sequence so that we're set up and ready for the rest of class. Now, headrest up or down, right? Depending on whatever keeps those ribs closed, okay? Sometimes we need the headrest up to find better closure through the rib cage and alignment through the spine, okay? My ribs are gonna stay closed the whole time. My belly button is gonna stay pulled up and in. When I jump, I think about always making a full connection through my foot so my heel touches down every time. Okay, now one thing I also wanted to mention about the core control. Right now, you should have a neutral pelvis. Okay, so those hip bones are shining straight up to the ceiling, right? We're not rolling into a posterior tilt to glue the low back down, right? I don't want you to do that. I want you to think about breathing space underneath your low back. Okay, that's about all there should be, just a little bit of breathing room. Okay, good. And as you jump away, you can place your hand on your stomach and really feel the control and the engagement that we need to hold up those legs, right? That's really important, and I want you to think about that the entire time we work today. Okay, so back to those feet. We're getting those heels down every time. When we leave, we roll all the way up to the ball of the foot and off the toes. Okay, when we land through the toes, ball of the foot, connect the heel. All right, you're here for 4. Good, last 3. We're gonna start with a really slow scissor in 2. Good, now right here, you're gonna take that right leg up to the sky, okay, and then you're gonna switch. Right leg lands, left leg lands, right leg lands, okay? So it's a single leg jump. We're alternating which leg goes up into the air. Now your leg is not doing such a high kick that it changes your pelvis, right? Your pelvis should be neutral. No change there. If we kick that leg right over our chest, that's gonna roll my hips back into a posterior tilt. I don't want you to do that. Keep your tailbone connected to the carriage. Okay, point those toes. Think of that long length from the inner thigh all the way out the big toe. All right, now this scissor is gonna be happening throughout all of class today in all different kinds of ways. So I want you to really kind of nail it now. Think of this neuromuscular connection, right? Inner thighs just bypass one another. Good, keep going here for 4. Good, land on one leg, then switch, land on the other leg. Every time that heel connects down. Beautiful, last 2. We're gonna keep jumping. So one of the parts of the class today is gonna be that cardiovascular demand. Okay, so that's because we're gonna keep jumping the entire time. All right, so right here, I want you to keep doing this slow scissor, but we're gonna add an ab curl. So go ahead and interlace those fingers behind the base of the skull. Elbows are wide, right? If you need to reset to get a little bit more space away from your shoulder blocks, you can do that. But I want you to set this ab curl nice and strong. Okay, we're continuing with that slow scissor. Keep it going. My legs are about at a 45-degree angle, right, when they come up into the air. Good. Exhale, land. Inhale as you leave. Good. We've got decent space between our chin and chest, right? The tips of my shoulder blades are lifted, but that's about it. I'm creating a nice cradle for my head with my hands. All right, the hands don't hold up the head, the core does. All right, we're here for 4. Getting set up nice and strong for 3. Good, last 2. You're gonna hold on to this ab curl as long as you can. All right, now on your next one, I want you to hold that right leg up in the sky. You are jumping only on your left leg, only on that left leg. Okay, now we're gonna start to do a really quick pass of these legs. So always landing on your left, you're gonna switch mid-air. Scissor, land on the left. Scissor, land on the left. So legs scissor mid-air, inner thighs bypass one another, but I always land on my left leg. Okay, good, we're starting slow, right? Coordination is a lot better once we slowly get into it. Okay, so working on those neuromuscular connections right away. Good, belly button pulled up and in. Elbows wide. Keep going here for 4. Good, last 3. Good, you've got 2. Last 1. Now keep jumping with that right leg in the air. Only on your left leg are you jumping. We're gonna do a little windmill. Now this is gonna alternate our landing leg. You're gonna hit a straddle mid-air. So straddle, switch your landing leg. Straddle, switch your landing leg. So I'm circling my legs out to the side to hit a straddle or a wide V mid-air, and that switches my landing leg. Okay, so I land on my left, switch, land on my right. Land on my left, land on my right. Okay, windmilling those legs, nice and long and strong. Good, point those toes. Think about your pelvis here, right? We want it to stay neutral, so your range of motion is only as big as you can make it, keeping the pelvis quiet, keeping that neutral pelvis, hip bone shining straight up. Good, a little bit of air underneath that low back. It's a little bit easier, I always say, to keep that nice neutral pelvis and that core control with the ab curl. All right, it's not easier over all the way around, right? But to keep that connection. Last 4 and switch. Good, last 3 and switch. Last 2. Good, remember that inhale breath takes you out. Last 1, landing back on that left leg. Land back on your left leg. Keep jumping on your left. Okay, now we're going to pause for just a moment. Okay, straighten your left leg all the way out against the jump board. Right leg is still in the air. Now we are going to climb a tree. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to release the back of your head. Keep your ab curl. Grab onto the back of your right thigh. Okay, here we go. I want you to really solidly press your left foot into the jump board. As we walk up the right leg, I want you to reach for your ankle and open up your chest. Roll your shoulders down your back. Let's walk back down. Walk back down that leg. Nice and slow with control. Let the head tap the headrest and let's walk back up. Walk all the way back up. Good. Open up the chest. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Draw that leg a little closer to you and then walk back down. You should feel a little shake on that right leg. Good. Now try not to set your head down. Come all the way back up. Walk up that leg. Hold it. Pull it close. Set that position and then walk back down the leg. Try not to put your head down. Good. Walk back up. Slowly, one hand over the other. Good, reaching as far as you can on that leg and drawing it a little closer to your chest and then walking back down. We have one more. Try not to put your head down. We're going to walk all the way back up and hold it at the top. All right, so reset. Broaden the collarbone, shoulder blades down the back, belly button pulled up and in. Now, here's your challenge. I'm going to ask you to roll to your left toes. All right, so I need you to think about that core control and stability. You're going to roll onto the ball of your left foot and roll back down to your heel. Roll to the ball of the foot, no jumping yet, back down to the heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Think about the strength through that left inner thigh. Leads up along the spine, that's your psoas, okay? So up along that left side. Good, we've got lots of control on the right. We're going to hold that right there. Okay, now, if you are up for it, I'm going to ask you to add a little flick of your toes. Remember what I said. The first one out of the gate is always a little shaky. Don't be afraid of it. Roll, give a little flick. Woo! Roll, give a little flick. So this is the example, one of the really great examples of that neuromuscular connection, because that first one, it's tough, right? But then the body's like, aha, I know what we're doing. I can do this. I can do this. Roll and give a little flick. It's a tiny little hop. It's not big. Anything big is going to throw you back. Okay, and I don't want you to lose that beautiful climb a tree position, so hold it. Roll and flick. Good. For 4, 3, 2, last 1, and walk it all the way back down. Don't put your head down. Place your hands back into that cradle position behind the head. I'm going to scoot away from my shoulder blocks for that. And now we're going to switch legs. Place the right foot on the jump board, left leg at that 45, and here we go. Bend the right knee, inhale, jump away. So you're jumping on your right leg now. Jumping on that right leg, okay? Inhale as you leave, exhale as you land. Now we're going to start with that quick scissor on this side. So as you leave, we pass inner thighs midair, land on that right. Pass, land on the right. So you are always landing on your right leg. Good. Think about that ab curl, space between your chin and chest. It is not your hands that hold up your head. Okay? Think about that core strength, that endurance, right? That stamina. Good. Lots of time under tension here. Okay? Good. Switch and land. Switch and land. Beautiful. Hang on. You've got 6. Good. Last 5. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other leg. 4, 3. Good. Hang on. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Now keep jumping on that right foot. Okay. We're going to start to do that windmill. Okay. So you're going to hit a straddle midair and switch your landing leg. Straddle switch. Straddle switch. Okay, so this is kind of double duty, right? Because you're landing, alternating your landing leg. What we did on the other side is the same on this side because we keep alternating that landing leg. Just more chances, though, to get that movement pattern down. Windmill, land on the right. Windmill, land on the left. Open to the wide V, so you're getting lots of movement and mobility through the femur in the hip. Okay, top of the thigh bone rolls around in that ball and socket joint. Good. Think about that in the body. Pelvis remains quiet, though. That's the job of the core, to keep the pelvis nice and stable. Okay, here we go. Keep that ab curl. Good, you can do this. You're here for 6 and switch. Good. 5 and switch. Good. 4. Good. Keep breathing. Inhale out. Exhale to land. Last 3. Good. You got 2 more. 2 more. We're hitting both sides. That's 1, right? Last 1. And switch. Now keep jumping on that right leg. Keep jumping on your right leg. Left leg is in the air. We're going to pause right here. Hold it. Okay, try not to put your head down. Straighten your right leg all the way out. Okay, now you're going to solidly plant that right foot through the jump board. We're going to release the back of the head. Grab onto the back of your left thigh. And here we go. We're going to climb a tree. One hand over the other. We're going to roll up, pulling that leg a little closer to the chest, opening and broadening the chest and the collarbone. Walk back down. Walk back down with control. Try not to just fall down. Let the first one, the head taps the headrest. Walk back up. One hand over the other. Good. All the way back up. Open up the chest. Lift out of your tailbone. Lift out of that low back and then walk back down. Try not to put the head down on this one. Keep your head lifted. Good. Tips of the shoulder blades touch down and then we walk back up. Good. Walk it back down. Whew. Try not to put the head down. Good. Walk it back up. You have 1 more after this. Good. Really think about drawing that leg a little closer at the top. You're getting an active hamstring stretch at the same time. Good. Don't put the head down. Roll it back up. Hold at the top. Okay? Best one yet. Open up the chest. Broaden your collarbone. Okay. We're going to think about that strong connection through the right leg. I'm going to roll to the ball of my right foot. So on my inhale, roll up to my ball of the foot. Toes stay down. The ball of the foot is the part of your foot right underneath your toes, right? And then we connect the heel. Roll back up to the ball of the foot. Back to the heel. Good. Up to the ball of the foot. Back to the heel. Let's go 4 more. Inhale. Think of that strong connection through that right inner thigh all the way up along the spine. Good. Last 2. All right, get ready for it. That first one out of the gate, it's always shaky. Okay, here we go. We're going to roll and give a little flick. Roll in a little flick. Keep the right leg completely straight. We're not bending that right knee at all. It's a straight leg jump. Okay, so we resist the urge because it's just that mind and body connection that wants us to absorb the landing by bending the knee, right? We want to absorb that impact. But we have to resist the urge to bend that right knee. Keep it nice and straight. Good. Roll and flick. Roll and flick. Keep your chest open. Good. Hang on to this for 4, for 3, 2, last 1, and walk it all the way back down. Place that left foot on the jump board, and we are all done with these backline jumps. We're going to turn to our right now. Okay, so come all the way to your right side. Now, this is where if you want something for your head, grab that ball or that yoga block. I'm just going to lift my headrest all the way up. I'm going to lay down on my right side, okay? So this is giving me nice alignment through the spine. I'm going to roll. I'm going to press all the way out to 2 straight legs. Okay, now, my legs are on that jump board just like I'm standing up on them, 4 inches apart, toes shining forward for parallel. Now, I want you to go ahead before you start jumping and feel for space under your right waistline. Okay, you feel for that space and that air right there because I want your core to be working 360. Okay, now both legs are going to start by jumping. Set your left hand on top of your shoulder block and try to relax it. Okay, now from here, we're going to bend both knees. Keep your heels connected to the jump board. Inhale, leave. Okay, so we are bending the knees here. It is not a straight leg jump. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and allow for that absorption through the landing. I do want you to hit 2 strong legs as you leave. Now, when we leave, our waistline does not collapse onto the carriage. We keep it lifted, core control. Okay, keep that waistline lifted. Okay, inhale out, exhale as you land. Good. This is just to get us set up in this side lying position. Hips are stacked. Left hip on top of right hip. Left shoulder on top of right shoulder. Try not to roll back even with your shoulders because then the rest of the body wants to follow. Okay, I want you to stay on the pinnacle or the highest point of that right hip. All right, you're here for 4, 3, try to relax your hands, 2. Good, now right here, we're gonna do a little scissor and alternate our landing leg. Okay, so your top leg forward and bottom leg back. Okay, so both legs are landing. Okay, I think I said alternate landing, not yet. I got ahead of myself. Both legs still land. Your top leg reaches forward, your bottom leg reaches back. All right, for 4, then we're gonna switch. For 3, 2, good. Keep jumping. Now bottom leg reaches forward, top leg reaches back. Both land. Okay, both land. Bottom forward, top back. Now, the challenge here is to stay on the pinnacle of the hip as we do this little mid-air scissor, right? Inhale, lengthen, scissor, land. Lengthen, scissor, land. Good. For 3, for 2, then we're going to alternate the leading leg. Okay, last one. Now, top leg forward, bottom leg back. Land both. Bottom leg forward, top leg back. Top leg forward, bottom leg forward. So you're alternating now what we just did. Okay, bottom leg forward, top leg back, then top leg forward, bottom leg back. Always landing on both. Okay, you're here for 4. I know it's a mind game. There's so much to think about already in Pilates, right? We're just adding to it. Good. This is such a good practice as you get older, really, on so many different levels. Good. All right, now both legs are jumping. Go right back to both legs jumping, no more scissor. Okay, I'm going to ask you to take your top leg and move it out in front of the jump board. So you're in a scissor, but you're only jumping with your bottom leg. Only jumping with your bottom leg. Your left leg, top leg, is pointed and strong, just in front of the jump board, so at that 45-degree angle. Okay, you're jumping only on that bottom leg. You're here for 6, for 5. Good, last 4. What's happening with your waistline? Give that a check. Good, 3, 2. Now we're gonna add the scissor mid-air, so you're always gonna land on the bottom leg. Scissor, land on the bottom. Scissor, land on the bottom. Okay, so bottom leg is jumping. It's the only leg that's jumping. Our scissor mid-air has to be quick, but we need to control the pelvis with the core. Okay, so keep everything stacked and stable. Try not to lean back. Good. You're here for 4, for 3, for 2. All right, now we're going to land on the top leg only. Bottom leg is forward. Okay, so now you're jumping with your top leg. Bottom leg is at that 45-degree angle in front of the jump board, okay, or off to the side right in front of us. You're jumping on that top leg. All right, so we should feel that top glute med pretty well. And just remember that when you get to the other side, because this other side's going to kick in pretty fast. All right, when you are ready, we're going to do that scissor mid-air again. You're always going to land on your top leg. Scissor, land on the top. Scissor, land on the top. Inner thighs bypass, 2 strong legs. Our inhale breath is still taking us out. Our exhale breath lands us. Always getting that solid foot connection, your entire foot, heel 2, touches down on that jump. You land through the ball of your foot and roll through the heel. You're here for 6. Keep those hips quiet. 5. Make that scissor quick. 4. 3. Last 2. And last 1. And bring it all the way in. Okay, now really quick, this is the only time we're not going to jump today. We had that climb a tree, so this is kind of similar. These are your little core challenges today. You're going to come up onto your right forearm, okay? If you have a ball or a yoga block or your headrest is up, just leave it. Okay, your forearm is going to come in front of your shoulder blocks. Now my legs are going to come off the side in front of my jump board, okay? Now I'm going to roll back, so you want to scoot forward a little bit. Roll back onto your right hip. Okay, so my left hip is up, but my right hip is grounded. I want to make sure that my right elbow is under my right shoulder. Okay, now my left arm is going to come up into the sky. We are going to lift these legs so we have a little V up. You're going to pull your legs up towards your chest and reach for your toes. And then open that back up. So I want you to think about your left transverse abdominal muscles. Okay, and really wrapping the body as we pull those legs up, and then we inhale as we lower. Exhale, pull them up. Inhale as we lower. So it's like a V up, right? But not through center. We're working on the transverse abdominals and that waistline. Good. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, open. 4 more. Exhale, lift. Stay lifted out of your right shoulder. Last 3, we have a little hold coming up and that's it. Last 2, good. Hold your next one lifted. Okay, and now little flutter kicks. Inner thighs bypass, just like those little scissors for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and fold it all the way in. Okay, we're coming back on our back. Well, not fully on your back. You're going to come propped up onto your forearms. Okay, so elbows or triceps up against your shoulder blocks. Your feet are going to come to your jump board. Okay, now same thing, hip width apart today. That's kind of our trend through our legs. Hip width, so 4 inches apart, toes are up, we're parallel. Okay, go ahead and place your palms flat on your carriage, or you can have ninja palms, and you're going to press all the way out to 2 straight legs. Okay, now we're going to jump in this propped up position. So on your exhale, make sure your chest is open and your elbows are under your shoulders. We're going to soften both knees. Inhale, take it out for a little hop. Okay, so now we're holding up those legs, but in a different position, right? So I want you to think of the psoas that runs along each side of the spine. It connects to that inner thigh. Strong psoas connection right there to keep those legs up. Okay, pull that belly button up and in. Keep that chest open. Lift out of your shoulder blades. I don't want you to be leaning or resting on your shoulder blocks. Okay, this is very active through the upper body as well. Nice shoulder opener and chest opener. Good, you're here for 4. We're getting some bonus stretching in, right? The climb a tree, we had that little hamstring stretch. Good, little stretch through the shoulder. Last 2. Now we're going to do that slow scissor we started class with. Okay, so right here, right leg's going to lift, land on your left, and then switch, land on your right. Land on your left. Land on your right. I'm still getting that heel to touch down every single time. Challenging flexibility through the back of the leg. Okay, so I want you to think about that. That's important as we work more and get deeper into our practice, right? We're here for 4. Good, and switch. Last 3. Good, and switch. Last 2. Now you want to be landing around middle of the jump board, right? Too low and it's going to be hard to connect the heel or almost impossible to connect the heel. Good, now right here we're going to do a quick switch. Land on your left. Quick switch, land on your left. So right leg is in the air. We are landing only on the left leg now. Okay, same as what we did in the beginning. We're just propped up now. All right, only landing on your left leg. Good, you're here for 6. 5. Whew. 4. It's getting warm in here. Good. 3. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Now give me a pause for just a second. Straighten your left leg out, okay? Your left arm is going to lift up and off the jump board. I want you to, up and off the carriage. You want to square off your shoulders. Keep your hips grounded. Here we go. There'd be a little shake right now. We're going to bend that left knee. Inhale, jump. Okay, so we're bending the knee, so it's a full range of motion jump. It's not a straight leg jump, okay? But I want you to find stability from the core. All right, now, we got 4 more of these. I'm going to give you a little scissor midair with this arm lifted. All right, so ground yourself. Get ready. You've got 2. Last 1 now right here. You're going to scissor midair, land on your left. Scissor, land on your left. 6. Whoo! 5. Your scissor doesn't have to be as big as it was before. 3. Good. 2. Last 1. Put your left arm down. Okay, let's switch legs. Right leg is jumping, left leg is lifted. Okay, here we go. We're going. I laugh because these are fun challenges. I enjoy them. Even they're challenging for me too. Good. Keep those shoulders open. Good. You're here for 4. And we're going to start that quick switch midair. Okay, last 2. Strong leg as you jump out. Okay, right here, midair. Switch, land on the right. Switch, land on the right. So it's this quick scissor. Quick scissor, always landing on the right leg now. Whoo! All right, here we go. We got 6. Keep that belly button pulled up and in towards the heart. 5. Good, you've got 4. Last 3. 2. Good. Last 1. Now pause for just a moment. Straighten that right leg out. Your right arm is going to lift away from the carriage. Here we go. Square off your shoulders. Pull that belly button in nice and tight. Just the straight jump. Right knee bends. Inhale, leave. Okay, first one out of the gate is the shaky one, right? It's the time where we realize, okay, we need to stabilize right here, right now. Good. Keep that lift out of the left shoulder. Keep the shoulders square to the jump board. Good. Hang on. You've got 4. We're going to add that little scissor midair in 3, 2. Last 1. Now right here, scissor, midair, slow and controlled. Good. Midair, always landing on the right. Always landing on the right. Good. 6. Whoo. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. Keep those inner thighs close and bring it all the way in. Whoo, my goodness. Okay, roll onto your left side. We are going to start with sideline jumps before we do that V up, okay? So if your headrest is still up, great. If you need your yoga block or your Pilates ball, please grab it. Lie down on your left side. Okay, now, I'm going to wrap my bottom arm around the shoulder block, okay, but I'm going to keep a nice light grip. Both feet are going to come on the jump board like I am standing up on the ground, 4 inches apart, parallel. I'm going to find a stacked hip position. Right hip on top of left. Find air underneath your bottom waistline, okay? Right hand is going to go lightly on top of my shoulder block. Okay, both heels are down. We're ready to move. On your exhale, you're going to soften both knees. Keep your heels connected. Inhale, jump away. Okay, exhale as you land. Inhale as you leave. So we're coming off of a pretty tough sequence that we just did. So the body's probably a little shaky. Okay, I want you to use the time right now to reset on this left side. So sideline jumps are completely different than when we are centered. Okay, so inhale. Pull that belly button up and in. Good. Find length in the body. 2 strong legs. Leave that jump board. You point your toes. Good. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna do a scissor and always land on both feet. Your top leg's gonna go forward. Land on both feet. Top leg forward. Land on both feet. Okay, so your top leg moves forward, your bottom leg moves back. We keep the hips quiet because the core tells them to stay quiet. We relax the grip through our upper body. Okay, relax your hands. Try not to grip the shoulder block. Okay, keep the fingers open. Good. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now the bottom leg goes forward, top leg back. Land on both. Bottom leg forward, top leg back. Good. Okay. Excellent. Inner thighs just bypass. Good. Toes stay pointing forward. We keep our legs in parallel. Good. Lots of similar movement pattern the entire time we work today. That's why the neuromuscular connection, is a tongue twister, can get so strong through this flow. Okay, so hopefully it's getting a little easier, less difficult to think about the movement. Okay, I want you to start to think about more your breath, right? The core strength and control. Good. For 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to alternate your leading leg. So our top leg forward, bottom leg back, land on both. Bottom leg forward, top leg back. Alternate which leg goes forward. Always land on both. Heel touches down, we leave. Now heel touches down and makes a solid connection, right? Not like a little pop off. Okay? Land it and then leave. Land it, leave. Good. 4. Good. 3, 2, last one. Now your top leg is going to go forward. Your bottom leg is going to jump. You are only jumping on your bottom leg. Hold that right leg out there nice and strong. Okay? Still stacked through the hips. Belly button pulled up and in. We still have space under the waistline. Good. All right. We're here for 6. Strong leg, strong bottom leg, strong top leg as well. 3, 2, we're going to do a quick scissor mid-air. Okay, so you're always going to land on the bottom leg. Scissor, land on the bottom. Scissor, land on the bottom. Scissor. Good. It's quick, but you've got the core control to keep the pelvis stable. Good. Scissor, land on the bottom. 6, 5. Good. Shoulders are level and squared off as well. Good. 3, 2, last one. Now I'm going to ask you to switch. Land on the top leg. Bottom leg is out there in front now. Okay? You're jumping on your right leg now. Inhale, exhale, land. Reconnect. Stack the hips. Good. Hang on to it. It's nice that I have mirrors surrounding me. I hope that when you work, you have a way you can see yourself from time to time. It really helps deepen the practice if you can see what's happening in your body. Or if you don't have mirrors, grab your phone and videotape yourself. It's a great way to really dig deep, okay? Good. You're here for 4. We're going to add that scissor in 3. Ooh, feel the glute med. Last 2. Right? Good. Last one. Now that scissor mid-air, you're going to land on the top leg. Scissor, land on the top. Scissor, land on the top, right? So we're controlling long legs this entire time, right? 45 minutes of controlling long legs. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, landing only on the top. 2, last one, and bring it all the way in. Oh, it feels nice to curl up the legs. Okay, but don't go too far. Come up onto your left forearm, okay? Your forearm just comes in front of your shoulder blocks. You want to make sure your left shoulder is over your elbow. Now I'm going to take my legs out in front of the jump board, and I'm going to roll back onto my left glute med. Okay, so the side booty, that left bottom. My right is off. Now it's nice you can see me now from the back so you can see that connection. My right arm is coming up towards the sky. I'm gonna make sure I'm lifting out of that left shoulder, and I'm gonna bring these strong legs, glue those inner thighs. Think about your psoas on that right side, and you're gonna pull those legs up, reach for your toes, and inhale, open them up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, open. Oh, that little shake. Exhale, reach. Find that shake. Hold it there. Open. Good. Pull it up and open. Nice control right here. Lift and open. You've got 4 more. Good. Pull it up and open. Last 3. Lift and open. Last 2. Pull it up and open. You've got 1 more. Lift and hold this one and give me that little flutter kick. Inner thighs just bypass each other. We don't crisscross the legs. It's just a little bypass. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring them all the way in. Woo-wee. Okay, you guys, we're coming up onto our knees now. Upper body jumps. You knew you wouldn't get away without working the entire body, right? We got to do the whole thing. All right, so we are going to stay on 1 blue. We're staying on it. So typically I jump with you guys upper body on 1 extra light. So we're going a little heavier today, all right? So kneecaps need to come off the front edge of your carriage. This is to protect the knee. Okay, so bear with me, please. Follow along. Okay, your knees are right underneath your hips, so about 4 inches apart, parallel. My hands are going to come to my jump board. Now, I want you to try to get all 10 fingertips on the jump board, okay? If you need to get the heel of the hand on there and the fingertips are off because of wrist issues, that's fine. But otherwise, again, I want you to challenge flexibility. You're going to reach your sitting bones over your heels, but we are not going to sit down. We're going to hover. So let's pull that belly button up and in. Plant those hands. Okay. On your inhale, we're going to send that carriage all the way out, but we're not going to jump. So on your inhale, just press away, roll to your fingertips, feel your back engage. Exhale, roll back down to the heel of your hand. Inhale, press away. Exhale, bend the elbows, pull it in. 2 more. Inhale, press away. Exhale, bring it in. Good. 1 more. Inhale, press away. And bring it in. Now here we go. We're going to add that jump in. We're going to add that jump. Inhale, leave. Exhale, land. Now, we're quicker on 1 blue. Okay, we're quicker on that light spring. So you don't have as much hang time. Okay, upper body jumps are difficult. Okay, and not only are you going to feel the upper body, but you're going to feel those legs as well. So what I want you to think about, right, is these arms and legs, they don't get to work by themselves. It all generates from your core. So let's take it right there. Let's pull that belly button up and in. Good. Let's think about the inner thighs holding us up more than the quads. Okay, and let's think about length out of those arms. Nice, strong arms for 4. We're going to add a rise up in 3, and we're going to add an arm circle. 2. We're going to start with arm circles back. Here we go. We're going to rise up, big arm circle back and land. Big arm circle back and land. So these are quick. These are quick. Okay, I want you to be ready. Again, that first one out of the gate is always toughest. And then we start to make that connection. Aha, I need to move this fast. I see. We don't typically move this fast in Pilates, right? Inhale, exhale, land. Your inhale takes you out, just like when we jump on our legs. I want you to think about fully opening the front side of your hips when you rise up. 6, 5, heart rate's gonna climb a lot here. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now take your arm circle the other way. Back and around. Back and around. Excellent. Back and around. Try not to squeeze the butt. Think about pulling up those inner thighs. 6. Good. 5. Land solid. 4. 3. 2. we're gonna come back to the way we started. Last one, stay low, just jump. Stay low and jump. Woo! Here we go. This is your ending right here. That heart rate should be nice and high. You're here for 6. Whoo, bring it down. 5. Good. 4. 3. Last 2. And last 1. And bring it all the way in, guys. Whoo, I am shaky. And the heart rate's high. Turn around. We're going to let that heart rate come down. Whoo, okay. Nice, simple child's pose. Get that yoga blocker ball out of the way. I'm going to put my headrest down. Knees are going to go nice and wide. You're going to take those arms out across your frame. Whoo, you can listen to me breathe heavy right now. Good, I want you to sit back into your hips. Whoo, let everything open up a little bit. Now, we're going to start to think about that breath to bring it down. I want you to breathe into your rib cage. All right, so ribs go wide. Big inhale. Exhale all that air out. Good, another one. Big inhale into the ribs. Think about those ribs expanding nice and wide. And then let all of that air out. Good, hold this child's pose for 4. Good, last 3. For 2. Now, keep your left hand where it's at. Take your right hand over to the top of the left hand, and I want you to just press back into your right hip, lengthening out of the right waistline. Good, finding nice space there. Hold and breathe. Continue that big breath into the ribs and exhaling all that air out. Continue that same pattern for 3. Good. For 2. Good. Walking through center, you're going to take your right hand over to the right side of the frame. Left hand's going to come on top of the right. Press back into your left hip, really thinking about lengthening out of the left waistline. Okay, and that left lat. Okay, finding that length right there for 4. Last 3. 2. Good. Come all the way back through center. Both hands on your headrest, reaching back through your hips. Last little big breath. Inhale. Exhale all that air out. Come on up, guys, and you are all set. I'm going to leave it right there. If you need more of a stretch, there are stretch videos up on the channel, so go ahead and find those. There's both upper body, lower body, and full body. So go ahead and check them out if you want to layer this on with a little bit more of an upper body. But, you know, these jump workouts, they're great, right, if you don't have 60 or 90 minutes, okay? We got the full body in there, okay? You targeted the lower half, the upper half. The core was involved the entire time. And the extra nice thing is our heart rate got up there too. And that's one of the things that I talk about with Pilates, is that Pilates is a fantastic practice to strengthen the mind and body. But the cardiovascular piece you also need. Okay, so I like to pair people up with other modalities to get that cardio piece in, but you can get it on this machine. You just have to be diligent about it, okay? And not always do I interweave that. A lot of times when you've got a 60 or 90 minute flow, your heart rate's gonna pick up because you're working for so long, okay? Some of the isometric holds will get your heart rate up high, but pay attention to the heart. That's my note there. It's just pay attention to the heart because it is the most important muscle in your entire body, and we need to work it hard, okay? All right, so guys, have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Okay, it was fun little challenges sneak in there all the time. If you need modifications or things I didn't talk about, please write comments below this video. I get back to each and every one of you. Sometimes it just takes me a little bit longer, but I always get back to you. You can also contact me through my website at JessPFit.com. All my info is there, and there's a contact button. I also have discounts to balancedbody equipment and reformers. So if you need something, it's a great place to go as well. Just a note on that, your discount is applied at checkout, so you won't see it until you actually go ahead and go through the full purchase. Then the discount applies. But if for any reason it doesn't, you just let me know. Okay? I will see you guys really, really soon. If there's different kinds of videos you want, don't be afraid to let me know. All right, you guys have a wonderful day.